Hi, my name is Elijah and I'm in the Embedded Systems 3215 class, and this is my project. So my project is about making an automated bell system for schools, and for the purpose of this demonstration I've set one class period to be about 15 seconds, and I've set the bell to go off for about 10 seconds to indicate like school has started, and 10 seconds to indicate that school has ended. And also a period change is the bell is gonna go off for about 5 seconds during the period change. So due to the COVID-19 situation, I wasn't able to connect the circuit. As you can see here, I had a buzzer, but I didn't have a relay, or I didn't have a DC adapter or a power supply. So I wasn't able to connect the circuit and connect it to the board. So I'm going to be using only the board for this demonstration. And I also had to improvise a little bit for this demonstration. That means this LED, as you can see here, that's already flashing. This LED was used to indicate when the bell was on, and these two LEDs were used to indicate when the emergency system was turned on. Also here you have these buttons. I use these two buttons here. So this button indicates when, or this button is used to turn on the system, this button is used to turn off the system. And when this button is hit twice, that's after the system has been turned off, the button restarts the system. That means everything's been set to 0. Usually a turn off is just like a kind of a pause. For this button here, when this button has been pressed already and it's been pressed again, the emergency system is activated. That means these two LEDs are going to be activated if that button is pressed, if the ISP button is pressed twice. So now I'm going to run the simulation. So as you can see, I press the turn on button, and the screen you can see the timer goes. So school has started. It went off for about 10 seconds on the screen, so before indicating that school has started, and about 15 seconds the timer is the LED is going to come on to indicate that the buzzer was supposed to be going off by that time. Look right here, so the LED comes on, and then it stays on for about 5 seconds, and then it goes off. So as you can see there, it keeps track of the amount of period that's gone by, it keeps track of the amount of seconds that have gone by, that's the amount of time. In an actual school system, it's going to be minutes, but for the purpose of this demonstration, just set it to be seconds. So I'm going to show you how these buttons work. Right, so you can see on the screen as I press the button. So this button is the turn on button. I'm going to press the turn off button. The turn off button pauses the system, so it basically saves the amount of time that's gone by and the amount of period that's gone by. And I'm going to press the turn on button to continue from where we stopped. See, so it continues like nothing happened. And if we press the turn off button the first time and then we reset the clock, so that means we're going to reset like a fresh new day in school. So reset the clock and then we start again. So it's going to start counting from 10 seconds to indicate school has started, and after 10 seconds the buzzer goes off. So the buzzer is being turned off. Here you go. So that's a new day in school. I'm going to also show how the emergency button will work. So we pause the system right here, so turn off, right? And then we press turn on, okay? And then I press turn on again to activate the emergency button right here. So emergency button is being pressed, and basically you have to restart the system. So here you go. So turn off, turn on, emergency system, which activates the second set of LEDs, and then I have to like restart the system. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through how the code works. So this is the button configuration function, this is the SysTick configuration function, and all of this has been done here. So all the GPIO was set up for the buttons here, and all the GPIO was set up for the SysTick configuration right here. Also, this is the SysTick handler, and this is where it keeps track of like how much time has gone by in one class period, or how long the bell system or the buzzer is supposed to go off for. And this also keeps track of how long like the break is, and this controls, like this turns off the system automatically at the end of school. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about while the timer runs down, I'm going to talk a little bit about the test. So for this project, I basically had two sets of tests. One was the unit testing. So after implementing each module, that is implementing the timer, I tested that. And then after implementing the LEDs, I tested that as well. And after implementing the button functions, I tested that individually as well. And in the end, when I implemented the whole project, I had a system test. So the system test, I had 3 cases for the system test. One case is a regular school day. That's a regular school day where the principal comes in the morning, turns on the system and just rests, and then the system does its work, and then it turns off at the end of the day, and the next morning the principal can come and turn it on. That's user case 1. That was one of the test cases. The second one was when there's like a half day at school, and so the principal comes in the morning and turns off the bell, and when it's time to turn it off, the principal goes and turns off the bell. And that was for case 2. Case 3 was where there was an emergency issue in school, and then the principal came in the morning, he turned on the bell, and then because of the emergency, he had to turn on the emergency button. So that was user case 3. So yeah, that's all for the demonstration of this project. I'm just gonna regularly or usually the timer is supposed to go off by itself after going past 8 periods, but I'm just going to turn it off now because we don't have enough time. Thank you.